W30. ABC4 News at 9 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the ABC4 News at 9 on the CW30. I'm Brittany Johnson. We do begin tonight with the latest on the COVID-19 pandemic. In Utah, 7 people have died and 91 people are now hospitalized. Across our state, the number of cases have risen to 1,012 with more than 20,000 tests completed. Now, if you have lost income because of the pandemic, you will have a little more time to pay your rent right now. Today, Governor Gary Herbert ordered an extension for rent payments. Governor Herbert's executive order allows tenants to defer rent payments for 45 days from today. That's until May 15th. The governor also said that the order forbids landlords from evicting any tenants for not paying rent for that same period of time. House Minority Leader Representative Brian King is responding to that order, saying, quote, "I think it is important to note that this is not a get out of rent-free order from the governor. It is simply to give some breathing room to residential tenants who are under financial stress due to the pandemic. Thank you, Governor Herbert." ABC4's Nick McGurk was at today's press conference with the governor. He has more on what protections employees have during this uncertain time.
And today at the state capitol, Governor Gary Herbert saying he knows how difficult this is for employees and employers during this pandemic. But we also learned how tricky it can be for employees who have real concerns about coming to work over getting COVID-19. An email obtained by ABC4 News begins with an employee asking for sick time over concerns about COVID-19. To her surprise, her supervisor wrote this, quote, "We advise you to open a medical leave of absence by calling the ERC, that's the Employee Resource Center, if you're not feeling well, and provide the leave team documentation from your doctor that states the time off you need to recover. Medical leave of absence would need to be 7 consecutive days off to be approved," they wrote. So we asked state officials today about whether a doctor's note should be asked for during this pandemic.
Please do not require a doctor's note to come back to work or to leave work. That adds to the burden of our healthcare providers, and that's something we desperately want to avoid. They're busy enough working with very sick individuals and working to help us end this pandemic. The last thing they need is frivolous doctor's notes.
ABC4 also heard from another employee at the Amazon Fulfillment Center who told us, quote, "A worker tested positive, but they said they have it under control." So we asked the health department what obligations an employer has to inform workers about a positive case.
Whenever public health learns of a positive COVID-19 case, and we are required to know about all positive COVID-19 cases, we investigate all close contacts, and that includes business and employer contacts as well. And we work directly with employers to give them recommendations and guidance on how to clean their business place and also how to notify and allow people who were close contacts to be on home quarantine for 2 weeks. And so anybody who's come into close contact with someone with COVID-19, public health would reach out to them directly.
Although Amazon didn't respond to our request for comment today, the email sent to the employee requesting sick time did say, quote, "We are doing all we can to continuously sanitize common areas daily." Adding, quote, "We hope you feel better and appreciate your understanding during this difficult time." When it comes to places like restaurants, for example, and how sanitary they are, we're told they are doing a great job trying to keep those restaurants sanitary, but also it is up to local health departments to really monitor those to make sure they are keeping up with everything necessary during this COVID-19 pandemic. At the Capitol tonight, I'm Nick McGurk, ABC4 News.
All right, thanks, Nick. Well, Utah State University reported its first 2 cases of COVID-19 last night. The Crisis Communications and Issues Management Director for the university says many students have to stay on campus and are unable to go home due to the pandemic. One of those students is Caitlin Hogan. She's from New York and says the case of COVID-19 are much worse there. She says she's worried for her family back in New York, but she feels safer on campus than she would at home. She says the university is doing a great job at cleaning the campus and her professors are doing well with teaching online.
It's kind of scary because my family is in New York and they're like, one of my aunts is in like the epicenter. She is in Westchester County and that's like where it's really bad.
Caitlin says the campus is strict on hanging out with friends, which she likes. She also said eating is different on campus. Now she has to eat alone in her dorm. And stay safe, stay home. It's a phrase and an order Utah officials continue to remind us all about. ABC4's Haley Hendricks takes a look at why this is important for each of us to follow.
Utah officials continue to ask you to practice social distancing as it's a way to keep you and others safe and healthy in an effort to limit the spread of COVID-19.
We need to engage in what we call appropriate social distancing.
These social distancing measures are going to have to be a way of life for Utahns and for the U.S.
It should be at least 6 feet.
And we just need to continue those efforts moving forward to continue to see the decrease in the rate of cases.
Time and time again, Utah officials are reiterating the importance of practicing social distancing as they believe early action may reduce the severity of the pandemic's peak, flattening the curve. The Washington Post published preliminary data from the 2 weeks of stay-at-home orders in California and Washington. These two states saw some of the first COVID-19 cases and issued stay-at-home orders early on. That data shows that social distancing is working. When seeing large groups here in Utah, some are taking their frustration to social media by saying things like absolute stupidity. Who allowed this to happen? And unfortunately, some people just don't get it. Salt Lake County is under a mandatory stay safe, stay home order, and Sergeant Sam Winkler with the South Jordan Police Department says his team has responded to some calls of people not obeying the order.
So we'll go out there, we'll talk to them, remind them of what the county health ordinance is, and see if we can get them some compliance at that point. We want to use enforcement as a last-ditch chance.
As part of the Stay Safe, Stay Home order, this includes not going to visit friends or family unless absolutely necessary and minimally visiting essential businesses. Reporting in Salt Lake County, Haley Hendricks, ABC4 News.
The National Park Service confirmed this week that at least 7 of its federal employees have tested positive for COVID-19. This comes as more and more park officials and locals throughout the country are urging the Department of the Interior to shut down all parks. ABC4's Katie Corrales reports from Zion National Park.
Now, the National Park Service would not confirm where any of its infected employees work, and Zion National Park officials would not confirm with us either if any of their employees are infected. But Springdale's mayor has drafted a letter to Zion's superintendent urging the park to close indefinitely. Springdale Mayor Stan Smith says the letter is currently under legal counsel, and it's a difficult decision as the city's economy revolves around Zion National Park. But he emphasizes that the health of his citizens comes first and is asking locals to stay out of the park. Zion National Park officials say they've taken proactive steps to curb the spread of the virus, including creating virtual visitor centers, shutting down the lodge, and closing Angel's Landing. But they say they're still concerned that many visitors are not practicing social distancing.
But we are concerned, like, people really do need to take their responsibility for creating their own social distancing.
The Coalition to Protect America's National Parks, an organization representing nearly 2,000 current and former park employees, has also called on the Interior Department to close all parks, including Zion National Park, due to confirmed cases of community spread in Washington County.
So that our country will have a better chance of ending this pandemic with fewer fatalities.
The National Park Service has said that it closes parks on a case-by-case basis in consultation with local and state governments. In Zion National Park, Katie Corrales, ABC4 News.
Meanwhile, Grand Canyon National Park announced today that it would close immediately until further notice. The closure comes amid growing concerns that crowds at some national parks could facilitate the spread of COVID-19. All right, we do want to toss it over to our chief meteorologist, Dan Pope, for a first look at our forecast tonight. Dan, what's going on out there?
Well, pitter-patter